marriage, a father, a brother, a son, even a dog. Was there one of those threads that you saw as the heart of the film that you would like to share with us?
Thank you for the question, and really glad to be here. I think the family as a whole is the heart of the film, and I wanted to talk about how families are really complicated, but at the same time are the most important thing we have in our lives. And so I think the heart is like the love in the family, how that love can change and can evolve and can come through conflict too, no? So yeah, I think that was the main relationship, and everything is in that umbrella, no? And how that umbrella embraces the rest of the relationships and individual moments of the family.
And I think it's made very clear in the beginning that Sebastian is going through a midlife crisis, but the film doesn't make it seem like we should judge him for it. How did you find the right balance between showing his flaws, but also keeping him as a good character for us as the audience?
Thank you for that analysis, because I think when we were writing, that was our challenge, no? Like how to talk about this character that is really complicated, that is making bad decisions. Like his father says him, "Why are you pendejo?" No, that's really important. And he's doing a lot of bad decisions, but he's not a bad person. And I think that was the challenge when we were writing, how to develop this character that is taking bad decisions, or that is in a complicated state of his life, but at the same time is trying to evolve or trying to look for the answers, no? So I really wanted to talk about masculinity and how fragile it is. And in a Latin American country or Latin American way, masculinity is normally looked like this other way, like this, like fuerte, no? Like, yeah, and it's normally this strong character, but I wanted to do more a gray character, a character that has flaws. And for me that was really important, and I think that helped us develop him, and that people connect with this character. Even though he's taking bad decisions and does bad things, he's human at the same time, no?
Yes, and I think that's very evident when Sebastian and his wife, decide to divorce. There's no villain, there's no anger that we see there. Is that how you envisioned the ending, or did you sort of get there through a process?
I really wanted to do this. For me, that is really important, because I think relationships are really hard and really difficult, and in a moment like that more, no? You normally think when you're writing a scene like that you're gonna make this like a fight, like a Marriage Story, that movie that I love, is like a fight, no? But I think these characters are in a moment that they've shared their whole life together, and at the same time they're best friends. Like they're a couple, but at the same time best friends. So they have developed a moment when they can talk to each other and really listen to each other, no? And more than the resentment or moment of anger, no? They are trying to listen to each other, and I really wanted to write that moment and to see how they look at each other, no? That silence and that moment when they both say we both have our skeletons, no? And at the same time, it's okay that things have an ending, like relationships can end. So that was something we wanted to develop with them, and I really love those two actors, all the actors with whom I worked, because they helped bring those characters to life, no? And do it in a really natural way, I think.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from the audience? I see one right there in the middle. Yes, go ahead.
Muchas gracias por haber compartido la película. A mí me gustó mucho. Quisiera saber cuál fue la razón por la que te dedicaste a este tipo de proyecto, que te inspiró a
translate real quick. The question is, what was the inspiration for the film? What was the reason that you decided to touch on these themes?
Great, thank you for your question. And I really love to make cinema about relationships, about our like intimate families. This is my second film. The first one was a drama, a little bit like more dramatic touch on these themes. And this time I wanted to do it through a little bit of dramedy or comedy or dark comedy. But I think I wanted to talk a little bit about this moment in life and how we try to struggle or live through it. That is the midlife crisis and how that affects all of us around us. No? This is the story through the eyes of Sebastián, but through the eyes of Sebastián we start to understand a little bit about this family. No? So it was let's open the door to see a Latin family that I think a lot of us will feel represented or connected, and at the same time I think it's a universal theme. It's something that will happen here in the States or in Canada or all over the world, because human relationships are more universal, how we start to feel with each other now. So that was something I was really interested in, and I wanted to do a film that felt like it talked to me, and that's nice. I think I'm in that moment in my life. It's not that I'm in a crisis necessarily, but I think I'm in a moment that it's like a midpoint of my life. So it's nice to do films that in some way you can see yourself at the mirror, no? So yeah.
Thank you for that question and answer. Do we have any other questions from the audience? In the middle?
I tried to Shazam the song, and a picture of the movie came up. Was that an original song, and how did it come to be?
The last one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a song we wrote for the movie. This is a Guayaquileñan artist, a musician from Guayaquil, Ecuador. That's really, he did the sound for the music for the movie, and he uses old boleros and like reinvents them to new music. But this is an original song, and I think it's going out today or tomorrow on Spotify, and it's the song of the movie, and it's a creation of Alex Eugenio. He's called like that, but nice.
Wow, good catch. I see a question up at the top.
Yeah, I want to expand a little bit more about the taboos that you portray in the movie, like the grandpa that goes and sees these sexual pornographic movies, and also the topic about the son that is, he is gay, but living in a society like Ecuador, like Quito, that it's all about saving face, it's all about, correct, religion has to do a lot of that, but at the same time everybody's very hypocrite. So I love the way you do it, but I want to expand it for you to expand and explain, like, how do you came across all these, like taboo topics on it?
Thank you, nice question, yeah. For the first part of the question, the grandfather, for me was really important to develop a character that in some way had a lot of flaws, and he was really like hard, like an ex-military, like a colonel, like his. But when a lot of, from my experience, a lot of grandfathers or old people start to behave like teenagers when they are really old. So we wanted to have a little bit of that on the character. And then I think it's important to talk about sexuality too, like normally in our countries, porn or erotic films, like he says, are really taboo, but at the same time they're really normal in our families. Like people watch these things, they don't talk about them, or they try to not necessarily hide them, but just don't talk about that. But I wanted to develop that in this character that is becoming again a little bit teenager, no? And I filmed in the last classical cinema in Ecuador. Most of the classical theaters have become Christian churches or shops, and this is the last one that still works. And curiously, it works because it's an erotic theater. Because if it would show films or normal films, probably it would be already a church. So that was really interesting, and it's this theater that nobody has gone in, like my father when he was young or my grandfathers, but it's a place like a little treasure icon and taboo place in our city. So I really wanted to film inside. And then I think we created this like breakfast club, like of this grandfather and his friends. That's a little fiction, but I really wanted to develop about this place that is really ironic, but at the same time he has profound conversations with his son in there, so that was something we wanted. And then for the son, for Tomás, I wanted to talk a little bit about that, but do it like in a normal way, in the sense that it's a normal thing, and we have to start to be more open with that in our culture, because we come from countries, Latin countries, that are really classic, conservative, and we start to think that those things are taboo in our families, and they shouldn't be. It's normal. We have to be more open. So I wanted to touch it like that, like it's part of the life. And at the same time, a divorced family is normal, and being separated is okay. So try to deconstruct a little bit of how our families are normally constructed in Latin America, a little bit, yeah.
Thank you. Do we have another question from the audience?
I would like to say thank you for this amazing movie. Well, in the world, we got many different. Everybody have his own word, focus point, but at the end, this movie gives us a lot of hope, because we can understand that even if we got difference, but we express the respect and the love for each other, then we can obtain, we can make our dreams a reality. And then at the end, the love wins, Thank you for the hope that we can transmit to us, and well, congrats to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I like to think of this movie like a feel-good movie. Like you get out of the theater and see, I felt good, I connected. I think you laughed sometimes, and then maybe you cried or connected deeply in another moment. But that was the intention. It's I think we wanted to have an ending, because normally Latin American films don't have endings. Yeah, I know it, I did it in my first film. But in this way we wanted to connect a little bit more with like letting you go with a little bit of closure. And at the same time, there's something we're trying to work that I really like of the movie, that is that at the beginning, they all live together in one house, but they are separated. Everybody is in their own thing. And at the end, they are separated, but everybody is more connected. No? So that's something I really wanted to develop. Like it's okay that happens, and it's fine that our families, and especially Latin families that try to be really like together, live for everything in the same house, that it's fine to start new beginnings, no?
That's great. And I'm surprised nobody has asked, but I've been wanting to ask. You talked about the theme of family and that being the heart of the film. And in the title, the first word is the dog. And in the film, the dog is dying throughout the whole thing, and we see the end with the dog. Can you tell us a little bit about like the importance of making sure that story was told?
Perfect, yeah. The dog was a really important character, because I think its symbolism of the dog is the passage of time, and how time is going, it never stops, no? It just goes. And it's the same times dogs normally come in our, or pets come in our families, sometimes as part of a duel. And in this house, in this case, it was the mother, no? Symbolized in the dog. This grandmother that is dead, but everybody talks about what she left, what she didn't do, what she... And for me, the dog is the way they unite too. And at the same time, when he dies, it makes them more together. It was nice filming with the dog. We had to do a dog casting and find a dog that he's called Igor, he's still alive. And,
Oh, good.
yeah. And Igor was really nice, and I didn't want an action dog, like I didn't need Lassie to go and jump things and loops, no? I wanted a dog that symbolizes this elder dog, no? Like the grandfather, like life. And I think at the same time that all of us, or most of us that have had pets, we have had this moment of burying the pet, or letting him go, or the dog go. And it's really hard. Yeah. Some people ask me that, why didn't I kill the father? Why did I kill the dog? And I'm like, are you sure what you're saying? Like, yeah, but people are really passionate about that. So then is when I realized that the importance of the dog too, no?
Well, thank you so much. Pablo Arturo, thank you so much for being here. I know this is your second feature film. Is there anything else in the works that you have going, or anything you'd like to share with us?
Yes, I am. Well, I'm really happy to be showing the film now. It's been really unexpected. Like when you do films, when you start doing films, you think about festivals. Then life comes, you start seeing how hard it is to make films. It took me 8 years to do this film. I'm really hoping that next film is gonna be 3 or 4 years, a little bit less. But the film is starting to find its way and its route in festivals, especially here in North America, in Canada, in USA. We are going to go to Chicago, to Philadelphia, to New Haven, to New York in the next months. And we're really excited, so I'm trying to embrace that and to connect with our audience, Latin and American audiences and everybody. And I have 2 feature films, one ready to shoot. Hopefully we get the final financing right this year and film it at the end or the start of next year. That is in the Amazon in Ecuador, in the rainforest and Amazon part. And I'm writing another movie that is a movie about Ecuador in the 50s. More about my grandmother's story and a little bit more drama. But I liked a lot of géneros and try to develop my film in different ways. But normally when I get this question, I really like, more than talking about the future, about talking about the present, because we as filmmakers tend to always think in the next project, but don't embrace so much the hard work we did to get here. So I would tell you that I'm really excited to be showing this film, to be here with you guys, and have the opportunity to talk about the film and to connect with all of you. And I think we as filmmakers need to embrace more that, like the present, because we are here now and we can show what we did after a lot of work. So I'm really happy to be in this festival run in the US right now. So if you have friends in Chicago, in Philadelphia, in New Haven, or in New York, tell them about this movie. We are close in Chicago too, so there's a lot of moment of space to connect in other cities, but that's why I'm really happy to start this year here in Houston and the Houston Latino. We're really grateful and really happy to connect with all of you here, and happy, I really enjoying this.
Well, thank you so very much. We're so happy that you're here with us at the Houston Latino Film Festival for its 10th year. This is our closing film. Because it's our closing film, I see there's one more comment. I'll go ahead.
One more question.
Me, Pablito, thank you for took us in this this amazing roller coaster of feelings and sensations of your film. I know that film in Ecuador is kind of hard and it's challenging for a lot of reasons. But can you share a little bit of one of the most important moments of this movie that you can share and that people can understand and feel that it is not only like a movie, this is part of your heart and your life, that you spend not only your art, but it's also your life and your heart, and it's also a project of your family and friends, please.
Thank you, Digito. I know him from film school. We studied together and we connected after 16 years here
Oh wow, very
in
exciting.
Houston. So we're really happy to see Diego. He's a great producer. Yeah, I think making film is, for me, it's like running a marathon. It's 42 kilometers of resistance. It's not like it's not a sprint. And that is really important because every moment when you start writing a film, that becomes like an idea. This was an idea that came with my brother. We were traveling to the beach, and in the car we were saying we should do a movie about brotherhood. And then it evolved and became this. But something that was really challenging of the movie is that we filmed in January 2020, like just before pandemic.
Yes.
So we finished filming like in February, and in March we had the lockdown and everything went to apocalyptic hell. And it was really challenging because I said like, I just had the money to film the movie, but not to post-production. And so I said, now how am I gonna finish this movie? So I took pandemic and the lockdown to edit, to rethink, to let it rest. That is something really important when we are filmmakers, to let it rest. And then it was really difficult to get it back on and to finish it. But I'm really happy that we did it, that we gave the time to grow to the movie and to the edit and everything. And at the same time, I'm really happy that it doesn't feel old. Like it's a movie that looks like we filmed it yesterday. So that's something really nice. And the other thing is that we had the opportunity to work with great people in every stage. Like we had two great friends, I wrote the movie. That is Abe Jaramillo, he's a comedian, a stand-up comedy. And Danny Granja, who is a screenwriter, Ecuadorian screenwriter that lives here in LA and makes movies here. And then when we filmed the movie, I always knew who actors I wanted, so I didn't do casting. The only casting is the dog. The rest of them are actors because I'm an actor-driven director. I really like to work with professional actors. So every actor, even the one that sells the tickets in the porn theater, is a professional actor. It's like everybody. And that was really important. So I think something we need to do as filmmakers is to get together and embrace everybody that comes to our project, because it's impossible to do films alone. Maybe there are people that do it, but fiction movies are really impossible to do alone. So embrace the collective work. I think that's something important, and I think that was my biggest learning in this movie, was really think and analyze who comes to your project and with whom you make it, because the whole project depends on that. So that's why I'm really happy to be here, because I'm not alone. Like I carry the work of 100 people that everybody helped and made this happen and this possible.
Yes, well thank you so much to you and to all the cast and crew. We believe in community as well, so we are having an after party to celebrate 10 years of the Houston Latino Film Festival.
Viva el Houston Latino Film Festival!
So please join us at Winnie's. The party starts at 8:30. We'll be there. See you soon. so much.